All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, we're gonna give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honor to our elder apostle, Great Millstone, rule on the Chiefs well. All right, Slaki. It's Brother Kwan from the Great Millstone Dallas Camp, coming at you with a quick lesson today through the Spirit Power Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. All right, as you can see at the top right of the screen here, is this is the hot topic of the week, as I think it might have dropped. Yeah, it dropped this week. Yeah, at least from Fox. Might have dropped this week or last week about this how the House, Esau's governmental system has passed a bill. All right, registering men from 18 to 26 for the draft. All right, so for a draft, that's interesting because you had the whole 9/11 thing with them going over there to fight in Iraq. From what I can remember, mind you, I was just a child at the time. But I don't remember them ever calling for a draft around that time, man. And I believe that's the case. I don't recall them ever calling for one back in the early 2000s, man. I could be mistaken, but I don't believe I am. But it is the year 2024, man. This, as we here at Great Millstone, we continually preach the names of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, and His Son, Yahweh Shai, man. All right, whom the world inwardly calls God and Jesus Christ. We know that our Heavenly Father, Yahweh, is going to send His Son, Yahweh Shai, back to deliver the elect of the nation of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. And along with you speckled bird Israelites that the Lord calls you in the scriptures. All right, speckled birds are what birds that have many colors, many shades, to show you that what this thing is not about a color thing. It's about a bloodline and a lineage. And as long as this word resonates with your spirit and with you, you could be an Israelite, no matter if you look like a so-called Chinese, Japanese, or African, or white man, or any of those other nations that's outside of the predominantly black, Latino, Native American descent. Okay, you could also be Israelites. It's all about the spirit and the bloodline. Okay. Anyway, let's read this article. House passes defense bill automatically registering men 18 to 26 for the draft. Okay. Now I'm gonna read a little bit in this article, and we're gonna go precepts, man. This may be a good 20-some odd minute lesson. Try not to do no longer than that. But yeah, this is just a few things I want to speak on with that at the beginning, because this is the times that we in, man. Now, me here at Great Millstone, we don't know when the Lord is going to return. Nobody knows. All right. It could be this year, next year, the year after that. Who knows? But we hasten the day, as the scriptures say. Even though we have certain things here of quote unquote value, that doesn't mean anything, man. All right, but we hasten the day, for Yahweh try to return, because ultimately, whatever we lose on this side, we gonna get that infinite fold in our kingdom, man. As the scriptures say, this is not our rest. So let's continue. The House of Representatives passed a measure on Friday on Friday, so that was last week, automatically registered men aged 18 to 26. And I'm 26, but hey, thing is, it's a lot of young men here in Great Millstone. There's going to be a lot of great young men, and it's not just going to be for men either. It says men for now, but hey, predominantly it's going to be for men. They're going to call mainly men for war, and we're going to go through that through scriptures, though. Okay, because really, because if you want to be for real, women don't belong in a war setting. They don't fucking belong there. And you read the scriptures, and you go back, you read the Old Testament, even the New Testament, you'll go and you'll read that, hey, the women stayed at home, man. There wasn't no fucking women fighting in the war. All right? Women do not belong in war. Okay? The House of Representatives passed a measure on Friday automatically registered men aged 18 to 26 for selective service. It was part of the annual National Defense Authorization, which sets out the U.S. government military and national security priorities over the next fiscal year. This year's NDAA authorizes $895 billion. Might as well, man, bro. In military spending, bro, almost a fucking $1 trillion in military spending, bro. That's crazy. That's insane. Okay, a $9 billion increase from fiscal 2024. Like, that's a lot of fucking, bro. That's a lot of fucking money to spend on your military, man. All right. This is how you know that this is Esau Edom. This is Esau Edom's kingdom, man. All right, because Esau Edom was what? He was blessed with the sword. All right, and that's what these self-proclaimed white people are blessed with, man. They're blessed with the sword. All right, their technology. All right, they got the fighter jets, the tanks, the helicopters, the submarines, the missiles, nukes, all these things, hydrogen bombs, what else? They got chemical warfare. They got all this other technology. They got exosuits. Man, Esau got a lot of shit, man. Robotic dogs, robotic men that you can't do shit up against, that can shoot a gun. Man, and you can shoot at those robots and they not gonna do shit. You can try to run up and hit them. Shit ain't gonna work. You know? Shit ain't gonna work. And the Lord is showing you through what this man has in the type of control he has over the earth on who the fuck he really is, man. When we break this down to new Jakes and to new listeners, period, and you can't understand it, and you just refuse it. If you understand it, you just refuse. You got a whole different type of demon on you, you know. But if you can grasp it and understand it, and I'm gonna say this: if you can't understand it after we break it down to you, yeah, you just through. The Lord didn't choose you, man. All right, let's get this part. Here's the main part. While it hasn't been invoked in over half, here's the key word. The key word is over. All right, half a century. It's mandatory for all male U.S. citizens to register for selective service, also known as the military draft, when they turn 18. Failure to register is classified as a felony. It comes with a host of legal challenges, man. So, hey, it said over half a century. Where is that over half a century coming from? It's coming from the last World War, man. World War II. All right, back in the 1940s. That's that over half a century ago. Okay. So, hey, man, the Lord is stirring up the minds of these kings, man, to fight. All right. And we're going to get a few scriptures on wherever the Spirit allows. This is Zephaniah 3:8. Therefore, wait ye upon me, said the Lord, until the day that I rise up to the prey. Now, the Lord is talking to his men. All right. Basically telling us, hey, don't get all gun-ho and try to defeat Esau yourself, or try to go up against these heathen yourself. You know, don't be a rambunctious bunch, if you will. You know, don't think you're going to deliver yourself out of your own captivity, because you're not. All right, I'll do the delivering. And who are the prey? the heathen. The heathen in their rulership. They're the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them mine indignation, even all my fierce anger. For all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. And that's literal, man. Okay? Through the fire of his jealousy. Who is the Lord jealous over? Israel. The Lord is jealous over Israel and how the Israelites were treated in this place, man. Okay? The Lord hasn't forgot Esau. And nigga, we know you always listening, man. Hey, the Lord hasn't forgot. It's a chariot up right above me right now listening, man. And guess what he's gonna go do? He's gonna go back report to you how about Shem Shai, man. And that's his job. You know? So Esau, you've been sought out. The Lord has always been watching you, man. You have gotten away with absolutely nothing. Okay? There's one in Joel that I want as well. I think it's Joel. The Valley of Decision. Multitudes in the Valley of Decision. Yep. Joel 3:11. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen. Gather yourselves together round about, cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Thy mighty ones. Them angels, man. Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Instead of the Lord going what? He gonna judge the heathen round about. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. When you read that in Matthew the 13th chapter, all right, about when it about the Lord gives you that parable, okay. Come get ye down, for the press is full, the fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. And tells you about that in 2nd Esdras, the 15th chapter, on why the Lord is doing this. He's going to start just destroying and killing people on the earth because the wickedness is great. The Lord told you that in Matthew the 24th chapter, that it's going to be as the same as the days of Noah. The wickedness was great, so the Lord sent a flood. This time it's going to be a flood of fire. Verse 14, and here's the point. Multitudes in the valley of decision. For the day of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, is near in the valley of the valley of decision, man. In that valley of decision is where the Lord will make his final battle cry amongst the heathen, man. Let me see. 2nd Esdras. Oh yeah, we flying with this one. We know this one like the back of our hand. We gonna skip around on this one. The 2nd Esdras 13:1, it came to pass after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night. And lo, there arose a wind from the sea, that it moved all the waves thereof. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. What's that man? That's Yahushua, man. He come with those thousands of heaven. That's them legions he said that he could call down if he wanted to back in Matthew's, man. Okay, that's like, hey, them few thousand years ago, he didn't come with them legions, man. But this time around, hey, Yahushua finna show out with his brothers, man. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that was seen unto him. Because what? Nobody is looking for a quote-unquote alien invasion, all right? Nobody's thinking about that, man. Nobody knows how Yahweh Shem Yahushai truly moves, man. Nobody knows. And when I say nobody, I mean majority of our people. 2/3 of our people ain't looking for the Lord to return and don't want the Lord to return. A lot of our 2/3 of our people either strung up on drugs heavy and out of their mind, or the others are winning. They have gain, they have money here in this society, and they don't want it to end, man, until they drop fucking dead. But nevertheless, no matter if anyone wants it to end or not, hey, Yahweh Shah is gonna come back in our lifetime. Verse 4, and whatsoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice, like as the earth filleth when it filleth the fire. So you got the nuclear missiles, and then you got Yahushua giving the command to the rest of the thousands of heaven, all right, to what? To go forth and destroy whom is in front of them. And who's in front of them? This is during the time of World War III. All these verses in the scriptures that I've gotten so far is during the time of World War III. And you can say, World War III not written in the Bible? Well, you're crazy. That's just talking about back then. Nope, this never happened. This never happened, what I'm reading right here. When was the last time in an account in history that a man came out of the sky with the thousands of heaven? You know, no, never, it never happened. Never happened. And destroyed a kingdom. Never happened. Okay. Verse 5. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men. There's that word multitude. There's that word multitude. All right. A multitude of men out of number from the four winds of the heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea. So the four winds of the heaven is the key right there. All right. So the four winds of the heaven these multitude of men came from. That means they came from all around the world. All right. Now, what we got previously before we came to this chapter was Joel, the 3rd chapter, when the Lord said he was going to gather them in the valley of decision, man. And that valley of decision is over there where the river Euphrates has been dried up, man. All right. That's where World War III will take place, over there in that eastern Levant region, man. Okay. If you don't believe us, just wait and see. I know for a fact, hey, we've been speaking heavily about a draft coming back, man. And guess what? That draft is back in the earth. You know, it's all back in the earth. Everything is coming full circle. And then I beheld, and lo, he graved himself a great mountain and flew upon it. So did the Lord go to a mountain range and cut out of a mountain, just fly upon a mountain? No. All right. That's just how Idris was describing it. He was describing what? A chariot, or what you call a UFO. So Yahushua's going to come back on a massive flying piece of technology, man. Verse 7, but I would have seen the region or place whereout the hill was graven. I could not. It was too huge. And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which gathered together to subdue him were so afraid, and yet durst fight. And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war. But only I saw he sent out of his mouth, as had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. And I'm gonna stop here. I'm gonna come back, but we gonna finish it out right, because we still on that article. Now this is all lining up. Everything I've gotten is lined up correctly. I wanna, through the Spirit, I wanna take it properly. I was getting a little bit too ahead of myself. Right here, Isaiah 3:25. Thy men shall fall by the sword, and thy mighty men in war. And this has happened in the past. So if it happened in the past, why not now? In her gates shall lament and mourn, and she being desolate shall sit upon the ground. That's coming soon, man. Why do you think it's so much focused on men? Because the majority of the men, and like I said, it's going to be, especially these women that are now active. All right, these women that were sitting at home and weren't active duty anymore, their bitches are back now active and back on basis, man. Why? Because we're in the midst of World War III started, man. Her gates shall lament and mourn. She being desolate shall sit upon the ground. Let's see why. All right. Give me 2nd Esdras 16 and 34 and 33. The virgins shall mourn, which the virgins are young women, all right, having no bridegrooms, no men. The women shall mourn, having no husbands, and their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers or no fathers, man. All right, why is that? In the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine. All right, and that's gonna happen here as well too. All right, perishing of famine. But it says, in the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed. The husbands, the fathers, the men. In the wars, they don't be destroyed. All right, the earth is gearing up and getting ready for war, not peace. And this has to come, and this has to be before Yahweh Shah can return and receive us onto himself, which was promised, man. All right, we just got to get through it, and that's fine with us. As men of the Lord, what we proclaim to be, that's wholly fine with us, man. Okay, let's get this precept right here. Yeah, I'm gonna get as many as I can. Isaiah 9:5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise. Everybody seen the movie 300. You seen Troy. All right. You seen what other movie I can think of? Everybody love that show Game of Thrones. Okay. You see that how they go to war there. All right. Shields. You know, swords, spears, horsemen, archers. All these things, man. In what? Regular old-fashioned ancient battle. All right. In garments rolled in blood. But this shall be with burning and fuel of fire, man. Burning and fuel of fire. What's that? What's the Lord talking about? All right. Is he talking about some magical, mythical place that's fiery underground? No, man. The Lord said the earth is going to be devoured with his jealousy. Okay. The earth is going to be set on fire with his jealousy. The Lord means that. That's literal, man. Okay? The earth, on top of the earth, in the earth, throughout the earth, man. All right? Nuclear missiles will fly, man. That's how World War III is going to go out. And Babylon the Great, a.k.a. America, will be completely fucking destroyed, man. As it's written in the scriptures. Whether you like it or not. Babylon the Great, aka America, is not too far from being completely erased out of the earth, man. The only thing that's gonna fucking be left is a desert, and what used to be and what was, man. To be an example on how not to rule in the Lord's earth, and on how not to touch the apple of the Lord's eye, which are the Israelites, man. Revelations 11:14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly, man. The second woe has passed, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. The third woe, the third world's war, man. You know? And I remember when I first heard this, and before Jake even broke it down, I was like, damn, I never seen that precept before. And I even know what it's talking about. I didn't even hear the breakdown yet, but I immediately knew what it was talking about. As we're talking about World War II and World War III, man. It just mentioned in that article that it had been a little bit over half a century. About 70, 80 years. Half a century is 50. So it's been a little bit over half a century since World War II. All right, that's done and past. That's already done for. All right. But like the scriptures say, Salakia, the third, well, behold, let's reread again, Revelation 11:14. The second war is past, and behold, the third war cometh quickly. All right. And the Lord told you now one of these prophecies is going to fail. The Lord's words ain't going to never fail, man. All right? Whether you believe it or not. As time goes on here in Babylon the Great, we gonna really see who was right, man. All right? We going to find out who the real prophets of Yahweh Shem Shah truly was, man. All right? Let's go back to 2nd Esdras 13 and 11, and we're gonna end it out. And they were all, verse 10 again, behold, But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth. Mind you, this is the Lord giving the command again to what? For the missiles to fly, and for what? The angels that's around him in chariots likewise to go out there and fight. All right. This is the Lord fighting against that dragon, man, in Revelations. This is the breakdown of that. All right. Verse 10 again, but only I saw that he sent out his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. They were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burned them up every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. All right. Now, all these multitudes of men are going to come from all around the world. All right. 2/3 of the nation of Israel, because the Lord going to treat them niggas as heathen because they won't want to listen. They don't want to return back to the Lord. So fuck them. They'll be mortal in the kingdom. They come back on the second go round. All right. But you heathen. You heathen that die in this thing, you're going to be reborn into slavery, okay, into subjection, and that's going to be forever, might I add. And with that being said, damn, I almost lost my point right there. But yeah, that's the thing, man. That's what this draft is all about. Okay, you're gonna go over there to that eastern hemisphere of the world. You're going to fight. A lot of motherfuckers going to die between that time. But ultimately, the Lord is going to come back in the midst of that. In the midst of it. All right? And just start destroying niggas. But before that even happens, Babylon the Great is going to start getting hit with plagues, man. Okay? All this is going to happen simultaneously. All right? The Lord is finna start moving very, very, very fast in the earth. All right, and it's finna hit everybody by fucking storm. All right, because no one's really looking except for the men of the Lord. You know, so Lord willing, I think that's all I wanted. I pulled a few precepts pretty quickly though. Let me see if I can think of anything else I wanted. No. Yeah, that was it. So, Lord willing, that was edifying. With that, we're going to give honor and all praise and all glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem HaKakwadash, the Antra, Edo Pasgray Mills, rule and teach well. Shalom. On to the next one.